Hey YouTube, DG here. It's a little few months late, I admit, but I'm going to tell you a little bit about the review of the Snyder Cut of Justice League, which is long overdue. I haven't done anything in a bit, so I'm just going to do this and just get it over with. So as we all know, the Snyder Cut's been something that's been long awaited since the discovery of a Snyder Cut, which is why millions of fans have been hashtagging for release the Snyder Cut. Because the original version of Justice League was kind of not so good. The original version was kind of more on the level of studio control, as in they had most of the control of the film due to Zack Snyder having to leave because apparently his daughter died. Sadly, rest in peace to his daughter. So they had Joss Whedon, who wrote the script, direct the rest of it, and reshoot some scenes to try and make it a little more comedic. And he also squeezed the film down to just roughly 2 hours, compared to the 4-hour original cut of the film. And they cut a lot of scenes, important details, and character moments, and made the film kind of a big mess. Because it was kind of them trying to compete with Marvel, since Marvel, of course, was the big titan, the big juggernaut of the film industry with its cinematic universes and whatnot. So that's why they seem to have the upper hand when it came to making movies. Because their movies were of higher quality, and they seemed to be making a lot more money, so and DC wanted to catch up on the bandwagon. So they but unfortunately they tried rushing things, and because of their rushing things, they ended up making things kind of worse the universe and kind of make it hard for Warner Bros. To want to make a new want to continue their shared universe idea. But the Snyder Cut has gotten some hope to some fans. For one, and they did some things right. Like, for one thing, they did a better job on Henry Cavill's mustache. And they also credit the colors, but they added more scenes to the characters, which I really enjoyed. I like some of the new scenes they added. The soundtrack is alright. A little on the nose, but I can live with it. It has some good visuals. The new design for Steppenwolf is alright. Although, honestly, I kind of think maybe instead of Steppenwolf is a big bit, why not some of Darkseid's other cronies, like Desaad, Goodness, Calabac, one of them maybe. Although, ironically, the three out of the four do appear in the movie Darkseid, Goodness, and Desaad did. But there's just one little subplot where Desaad keeps checking on Steppenwolf so often to see how progress is going, and Desaad looks alright. It doesn't like in the comics. He looks like a regular dude wearing a purple robe with some black hair, like this. But in the movie, he looks like a white, pale demon with a hood. Darkseid, he looks alright for Darkseid. Like, he's got some darker colors, but I can still live with his appearance. Not the best, but manageable. And great goodness, well, she only had like one scene, which was sustained by Darkseid, and I have no idea who played her, except for the water. But she seemed but still, it was a nice little physical cameo. Like, Superman's black suit was alright. Not the best. I mean, heck, I can think of some better suits he's worn in the comics, but it's manageable. One thing I thought was interesting is how they gave more depth, not just Cyborg, but Cyborg's dad, who, I forgot his name, but he was also in Terminator 2, who in his dad's more depth besides just appearing being two. They're going to appear like two scenes. The two-scene period was the one scene where he's just with him and where he had a little talk about how Cyborg thought he was a monster and stuff. And the other scene was a talk about. Their scene was when Cyborg rescued him from Steppenwolf. They had some more scenes with them helping the team, and here's one of the things I do like that. After the fight with Superman, after he came back from the freaking dead, involved the League. Involved Steppenwolf coming down and grabbing the mother box himself instead of saying a boom to do it for him. And actually, Cyborg's dad tries to stop him, and he gets killed in the process, making it a lot. And we actually do feel because they made him a more interesting character in it, which I do give the film credit for. Flash's new scenes are decent. Like the scene where I show him rescuing a woman from death And that little speed thing, slow down speed thing, that's pretty cool. I did kind of like the final battle as well when one woman decapitated the wolf's head and it fell through the portal, and then Darkseid squashed it with his foot. Yeah, that was pretty cool. The Nightmare scene, I didn't get to see much of it, but I saw that Deathstroke in it, who's one of my favorite comic book villains of all time. Deathstroke, I love him to death, and I'm a little upset that he canceled the Deathstroke movie, which is disappointing because I'm a big fan of Deathstroke. He is just awesome, and he deserves a movie. And so screw Warner Brothers for canceling it. Screw them up the butt. Anyway, now I'm going to get into some more in-depth details regarding the movie here. Okay, here's the rest of my Snyder Cut review. The film I must is definitely an improvement over the original theatrical cut. As I said before in my actually filmed bits, it has a lot better action. The redesigns look pretty good. And yeah, this probably should definitely have been the one we should have seen in theaters, not the garbage that they had already showed us. Well, regardless of what, he's still just a so-so villain in my eyes. Just a very so villain. So he's still not the best. But that's just me there. If you guys still think it's cool, that's fine. But me, the coach chose someone better in my opinion. But then again, no one's perfect. One thing that's kind of disappointing though is that they recently announced that they've canceled some movies that was part of the DCU, like New Gods and Deathstroke. I'm most disappointed by Deathstroke, considering Deathstroke is one of my favorite comic book villains of all time, and now I'm disappointed I'm not going to be seeing him in his own theatrical movie. Although I do hope they're not going to just Iceberg any more movies, I thought he was a terrible casting choice for Lex Luthor. He just sucked hardcore style, and he makes me cringe unhealthily. So, let's see him. Henry Cavill is definitely good in this cut. They add some rare scenes that better flesh him out. I will admit. So that's good. But I didn't really care much for the scene with Martian Manhunter. Didn't really further anything. I felt that felt more like filler scenes in my eyes. The Nightmare scene was decent, but not perfect. So yeah, but I still think the movie has stuff to it. And I do support the hashtag Snyderverse, but sadly I don't think it's going to happen because of how Warner seems to be reacting lately. Like, we have to always remember, these are the same idiots who keeping D9s go on. One of my least favorite shows, so it seems like they seem to prefer more of those kind of crap than the actual good stuff for some reason. I have no idea why, and I really don't care for D9s go, honestly. But I still am trying to keep hope for the future that maybe we'll still get the DC Universe we've been asking for in the veins of the MCU. Although I think, like I said, one of the biggest issues is that they try to force things. They try to rush things, and that's why it didn't go well, because they try to rush things. So, MCU took its time, which I appreciate. Okay, this is all I got for my review. Hope you all have a good day.